to Talking with Teens. I'm Leah Shipley, and could you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, nice to meet you. Well, first of all, I'm Councillor Kim Botting and currently Mayor of Bromley. And
I'm Peter Morgan, and I'm a councillor and also on the executive with responsibility for recreation and renewal, which means regeneration, and for housing.
So could you give me a little bit of an insight on what you two do? First let's go.
right, well, the Mayor of Bromley is a very busy role. I thoroughly enjoy it. I should say I was Mayor 2015 to 16, so because of that I've got some idea of the role. And when you're Mayor from May to May. So this time it will be, last time it was obviously May 2018 to 2019, so I finish in May. And it's a role that you've got to enjoy because you're meeting a lot of community, you're meeting the public, you're doing about 2 or 3, 4, sometimes 4 or 5 events every day. So you've got to be aware of your wardrobe, you've got to be aware of your looks and appearance, like now being on TV. So, you know, but it's good fun, I enjoy it. Thank you.
And what about you, Seth?
And I have a bit of an executive role, and if I can try and explain, there's a difference. The council's run by the staff, the officers of the council. They do all the work, but the strategic decisions are made by the members, the councillors, Kim and myself, for example. And as the executive councillor for a particular responsibility, certain officers speak to me all the time, every day, and I have a regular meeting once a week with them all to go through all the projects that are ongoing and making sure they're all on track. So that keeps me busy, but I don't make the executive decisions. I make the sort of in-principle strategic decisions, which then have to be confirmed by the executive committee, which is sort of 7 strong, and then if it's a very big decision, by the full council.
Wow, that's wow.
It's very busy.
Have you always wanted to do what you're doing right now? Like, did you just wake up when you were, I don't know, 7 and was like, I'm going to be mayor?
No, not at all. Well, my background is I was a senior police officer. I joined at 18 and a half in 1975, the police.
Literally my age.
Yes, is that what you are now?
Yeah.
Right, well, and I retired in 2013 after 38 years, and I got to Chief Inspector. So that was my background. I was a senior police officer. And as a matter of fact, I should say that this morning I've been to the Metropolitan Police Club in Hayes, where Sutton, Croydon and Bromley, all the police officers were getting their bravery awards.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it was amazing to see so many. It's like a family in the police. So I could identify with them, and I could identify all the hard work, the courage, the perseverance and the professionalism that these officers do on a day-to-day. And you know what, without the police, who do we call when we get into trouble? We call the police, don't we? So,
yeah, they're important.
yeah, I mean, that was really a lovely event to attend this morning. So no, I was a police officer. As I said, I retired in 2013, and I sort of got encouraged to become a local councillor.
Just little hints every now
Never
and then.
thinking it would be full-time. It is full-time. My colleagues out there will tell you it is full-time. It's hard work. I sort of put my hat in the ring for mayor for various reasons. It's a long story. And to my amazement, I got elected as mayor. That was 2015, and here I am again. But I love it. I thoroughly enjoy it.
And what about you, sir?
Well, yes. Well, in real life, I'm a chartered surveyor, which you won't know what that is necessarily, but it means I value property and I organise development of property, that kind of thing, during my career, which I started when I was 16 years old. And then I became qualified and have worked my way through a lot of jobs. And I didn't become a councillor until 12 years ago, at which point in time I wasn't retired, but I wasn't doing a 9-to-5 job working for somebody else. I had my own business. And because I could therefore pick and choose what hours I worked, I was able to do the council job as well. Because you don't get paid, you get paid a little bit, but not enough to live on. You have to have some other means of supporting yourself, which is either a full-time job or it's a pension or whatever it is, depending on your age. So I do both things, and my property experience has proved quite useful in being able to do some of the council work as well.
And when you were both my age, what did you take, as in like qualification wise?
What, when I was...
Yeah.
What qualifications have I
Yeah,
got?
yeah.
Oh,
Like-
no, I've got 9 O levels, and I did an A level, but then I went straight into the police. As I said, I joined 18.
Was
and a
that
half.
like a wish since day one, being a policewoman?
To be honest, no. I mean, I was head girl of Longfield School, and I was actually going to be a teacher. And the truth is, one day, I was, as a Saturday girl in Boots the chemist, I was at a bus stop, and it was something out of the Sweeney. I saw a bank, and this is 40 years ago. I saw a bank being held up, and I thought, do you know what? That's what I want to do. So
Rob banks or?
no,
Oh, sorry.
I want to be a police officer, because I
It's just
saw the police come in and arrest these people.
Yeah,
And they
clarified
were-
that she
and-
did not want to rob the bank.
No, well,
Right.
you know, it was amazing to see. And I went home and I said to my parents, I'm going to be a police officer. And they said, you've got rocks in your head, don't be stupid. And I said, why not? That's what I want. And of course, in those days, Dixon of Dock Green was on TV, evening or probably way before your time. And I used to watch that. And I applied. I wasn't old enough, so I became, because I had O levels and I wasn't fit. I got taken in at Scotland Yard on the Art and Antique Squad for 6 months. And then the application came out for the police, and I applied and I got it, and I went in at 18 and a half. So,
Big accomplishment.
and you know what? You get a degree in life in the police. You don't need a degree. You get a degree in life working in the police. So, you know, it's a career that I really enjoyed. It's meeting people, and you're making a difference, I think. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So that was my background, really.
I remember when I was in year 6 and the police came into my school, and I don't know if anyone else did this, but they handed out little cards with their faces on them, and you had to go and collect them, talk to police officers around your neighbourhood to then understand who's around if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And that was quite interesting, I found.
It's, lovely. So what do you hope to be then? I mean, obviously you're interviewing us. Do you want to be a journalist?
I would love to go into journalism, but I would also love to go into just filming in general and media.
I think people like Kate Burley, I think, is good. You watch Sky News, she's quite good on Kate Burley. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine it's quite a good job if you want journalists, because you can travel, can't you? And you go all over the world to see how
Explore
other people
different
live
things.
and interview them and that, you know. Perhaps maybe I should have done that as a career. I don't know.
It's a bit late.
Yes, no, it's lovely. So, do you have exams to do yourself at the moment? or?
No, it's 100% coursework in this
Oh.
so we just hand in our coursework and then we get a final grade out of all of it.
No, you're doing well. I think I know. Where do I know you from? I know you from somewhere.
I think it's where I went to the Jack Petrie Awards. My brother, Leah Shipley, Daniel Shipley.
I knew I'd met you.
Yeah.
Did I give you an award?
No, you gave my brother an award.
Oh, is that it?
2 awards.
Oh.
I didn't get that gene in the family.
Oh, I knew I'd met you before then.
Yeah, you just met the Shipleys. I thought you'd mention that.
Right.
Yeah. When you two were at school, let's start with you, sir. What kind of character were you like? Were you a good girl or naughty boy?
I was a bit of a swot, I'm afraid. I
can
couldn't
believe that.
bear not being top of the class. I would always go and slit my throat if I wasn't. Not that I always was, but then the knife was too blunt for me to be dead. But I really, really wanted to be in the top form and top of the class and in the first team. I was never that good, but that's what I really wanted to do all the time.
All about being
May
at
I
the top.
come in there?
Yeah.
I've got to tell you about Councillor.
Give us the juicy details.
Do you know what? At the weekend, as mayor, I went to top of the pew to give them their awards. 32. This is true, right? 32 rounds of quizzes. Peter was in the final and won top of the pew with his team. And I didn't even know he was that bright or brainy. And so when he says he was very good at, he wanted to achieve and be the best, he is the best. He's come top of the quizzes in the whole of Bromley this month. So
Yes, with the aid of some very bright people on my team, not
I
me.
don't, he's too modest,
Yeah.
No, he's
So
very
anyway,
good,
I left school at 16 and started work, and time I was your age, 18 and a half, to get back to your original question, I was working full-time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, in Manchester, as a trainee or an apprentice, if you like.
Yeah.
And I used to take examinations in the evening by correspondence course. So that meant by the time I was 21, I was qualified, I had a job, I had 5 years experience, and that was good. And that contrasts with how it's done today in my own profession. And I know this because I have daughters who have become chartered surveyors. They had to go to university because it's become an all-degree profession. So they come out of university with the degree, but not the professional qualification. That takes a further 2 years. No job, no money, debts at the university and all that kind of stuff. So I consider myself very fortunate that I went through it that way rather than the modern way.
A lot easier.
Yeah.
A little while ago. Anyways, thank you both for coming on to the show. It was amazing hearing all the stories. And yeah, thank you.
Good.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
Spot there, yeah. Well done.